to the Photo Diaries podcast. I'm your host, Grace Costa, a commercial photographer of over 2 decades, a photo-based artist, and a photography mentor. This podcast opens up a secret diary about the world of the photography industry. We'll bring you inspiring interviews with industry professionals, as well as stories and tips to help you propel through your photography journey, whether you're just starting out or a seasoned pro. Thanks for joining me today. Now let's open the latest diary. Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. Hope all is well. Today took my little one to speech pathology examination. She has a little bit of a lisp and isn't pronouncing her words all that well, so we thought we might investigate what's going on. She's only 5, her first year at school, so you come up with all the things that need looking at and investigating, like the way they write. She's writing upside down and back to front at the moment, which is normal, of course, but we're just seeing if it's something that we need to work on. So that's my life right now, and preparing for school holidays next week. So that is something to look forward to. Hope you guys are doing well. Today, I want to talk about building your team for success. Now, just like any athlete, an athlete doesn't get to the Olympics on their own. They have a team around them. They have a nutritionist. They have a fitness coach. They probably have a physiotherapist. They have a doctor. They have a chiro, etc., etc. They have their mum and dad. You always see athletes have their mum and dad by their side. So they have a team for getting them to where they need to go. How come photographers haven't considered that they also need a team to help them succeed to get to where they need to go? A lot of photographers in business just want to build a successful, profitable business that gives them freedom, gives them the lifestyle they desire, and gives them a fulfilling creative life. And if you're a photographer right now who thinks that you can do it all on your own, think again, because you can only get so far on your own. It's when you build a team around you that you can confidently scale to the next level. And when it comes to building your team for success, you need to think about, what do you need? Where are the gaps? What do you need to fill? And for me, if I'm using my business as an example, I built a team around me right from the beginning. I had mentors. I had mentors in my network that critiqued my work, that told me when I could produce something better for competition or for exhibitions. I had people around me, like I had this amazing artist, Neil. We became very, very close, and he actually helped me put my first exhibition together. He guided me on how to do the artist statement, how to do the wall messaging, how to do the PR, how to get it promoted in the newspaper and stuff, and how to price it, how to print it, everything, And if I didn't have him, I would have done a pretty lazy job of having my first exhibition. And that exhibition then toured a little bit around the place. So it was having that person right from the beginning showing me how to do something properly, rather than me learning the hard way and doing it half-assed at the beginning. Then I had other mentors when I was a photographer at Defence, and then I had another private mentor who helped me, me put my personal work out there and build an artist profile. My mentors at Defence, they would critique my work every time. They would help me enter competitions and show me how my work could be edited better, could be shot better. They just showed me everything along the way. Then when I started my business full time, I had a business coach. And I first got this business coach because she was recommended to me from my first business buddy. And my first business buddy was Beck, and she was a career coach. And because she was using this business coach, I thought, yep, that's a good enough recommendation for me. I think her program was around $2,300, which, first year full time, that felt like a lot of money. But, I thought, yeah, I've got to do it. I really don't know what I'm doing here. So I need the support. So I invested. And then since then, the team I've built around me, I've had her, I've still had that same coach. I pay for her pretty much every year. Then I've had added another coach who specializes in sales and mindset. Then this year I added another coach who specializes in daily sales, and she specifically helps coaches make daily sales. And she's also more on the spiritual side. So that's why I'm attracted to her. And you might think, well, why do you have so many coaches, Grace? Can't you just have one? Well, yes, I can just have one, and I have had one in the past, but I choose these women to be part of my team for different reasons, and they all have their own specialty, and that's the specialty I need support with. And mentors and coaches, mentors and coaches, they help mirror where you're at. They reflect back to you your own, genius. They reflect back to you your own blocks, your roadblocks, the things that are holding you back. They reflect back to you, things that you actually know within yourself, but you're just not being aware of, or you're not being honest with yourself. They also give you strategy, support, tips, ideas. They tell you exactly how to fix something when there's a problem with a sales page, or with not getting enough leads, etc. They've really helped me along the way, and every single dollar I have invested, I have got a return on investment, not just because of the coach themselves, but because I have trusted myself to invest in doing the work. They all have a program that you've got to watch, and attend live coaching calls as well. Sometimes they'll include private coaching calls. So anything that they've delivered as part of what I've paid for, I've doubled down. I've watched the courses multiple times. Every time I have a call with them, I watch the replay. I take notes. I do everything they tell me to do. I'm really conscientious, and I know that I want to make this money worth my while. I'm not paying them just for fun. And it's not just fun to have a coach by your side. It's necessary for me, my personality type. For me to reach the goals I'm working towards, I need a team. And I want you today to ask yourself, who is your team that you've built to help you get to where you're trying to go? Have you even considered that? Maybe it's, Ted's Camera Shop, the camera supply company, KL or Ted's, or Camera Warehouse. Whoever is your local camera shop, they are part of your team. They're helping you get your camera cleaned, fixed, helping you buy new equipment, helping you test out new stuff. I know Nikon Professional Services, they are on my team. They clean my camera once a year. They send me any equipment I want to try out or that I need for a specific job. And they've been part of my team my entire career. Coaches, Nikon, who else is part of my team? My husband is part of my team. He supports me. He gives me the time I need to sometimes work out of hours, sometimes ramble on about business, when he doesn't really get it, or he might be a bit tired himself from his own job. But he's there to support me, give me flexibility with our daughter, with our lifestyle. And he is my cheerleader. He's somebody that when I first met him and I was hanging my first exhibition, he came with me. We weren't even officially dating yet, but he came with me to the gallery and cleaned and prepped the walls before we hung the work. And I just thought that is super cool. He's really, somebody who's giving, and therefore, good reasons. And I thought that was super cool. And every exhibition I've had since, he's been there, and, he's doing the heavy lifting and stuff. So my friends as well, sometimes, they might not understand my business talk because they are all employed. They're mostly all public servants. But they're there to support me. When I have something to do publicly, they're there. When I was in the National Portrait Prize at the National Portrait Gallery, they were the first ones to go, can we come to the opening? Can we celebrate you? Let's go out. They bought me flowers, things like that. So my girlfriends, my business friends, they are on my team. I have a specific cohort of business buddies, and I have a lot of business friends, like you probably do as well, photographers, graphic designers, all sorts of people. But ask yourself, who are the two or three people that you constantly call when something good happens? Who are those people that you call when something bad happens? When you need to bitch about a client, or when you need to bitch about a situation that you can't see clearly? Who are those people? They are the people who are on your team. And I encourage you to nurture those relationships. If you have picked out, two or three people, don't let them slide. And I know a lot of people, geez, a lot of people are the type of personality that have relationships, but they're not the ones who are on top of the relationship. They're the ones who are at the bottom of the relationship. The people who are on the top of the relationship are the ones that keep the relationship alive. They keep it watered, they keep in touch, they're the first ones to reach out, they're the first ones to say, how's it going? What have you been up to? They're watering the garden of the friendship. And then there's other people on the other side of it who are just the ones waiting for you to get in touch, waiting for you to, talk first or talk next. Or if they haven't heard from you, they'll just sit back and go, oh, haven't heard from her in a while, but they won't actually do anything about it. So where are you in that relationship with your business friends? Your team can also be your physical team to help you stay strong as a photographer. And at the moment, that's my gym. My gym helps me stay strong. That's part of my team. Sometimes I'll get a personal trainer just once in a little while. I have a kinesiologist that I see frequently, and he's part of my team. Although it might not be direct, he's somebody who supports my emotional, physical, psychological well-being, and he's been part of my team for 7 years, and I trust him a lot. And whether, I'm working on something physical, like an ailment or a pain, he's there for me he just pulls out things. Like if there is a stress point, he will see it in my body and he will bring that to the forefront. So that's a team member for me as well. Now that you have some thoughts here, I'd like you to jot down who is on your team. And you can put this somewhere on your desk. Just write down the list of who they are. So the business buddies, the physical team members that are helping you with your physical and mental support, the technical team members, the mentors, the coaches, etc. Put it all in a list. Once you have that list, write alongside their name and how they support you, and write a little one sentence to say something grateful to them for having them in your team. That way, going forward, you are acknowledging them and you're acknowledging yourself for building the right team around you as a photographer in business. You shouldn't be doing this on your own. Absolutely not. You're going to do it the hard way if you intend to do it on your own. And I know a lot of photographers can often go into a scarcity mindset where they think, oh, I don't need anyone, or I don't want to pay anyone, or I don't want to, ask anyone for support because that's being needy, or whatever is going on in your mind. I just encourage you to think differently about this. Think differently. Think like an athlete. An athlete needs the team. An athlete needs the support to help them succeed. And you are the same. You're a creative athlete. You're trying to get to your goals, to achieve your dreams. And with that, it takes a team to build that. And I think once you become grateful for the people in your team, you acknowledge it, then you can go forward and, keep building on that. Okay, if you want to share who's on your team, you can share it with me on Instagram at Grace Costa Photographer. Send me a message after you've listened to this episode. I'd love to hear about your team that's helping you be a successful photographer in business. All right, friends. Well, the rest of the day, I've got an appointment with Studio Ninja in 15 minutes. They are going through their new, I think it's their new Stripe software or Stripe something or other. So I'm having an appointment with them online. So I better get ready Until next time, friends, check the show notes. There is a special offer for anyone who wants to join the Photographers Only membership. That is my monthly business membership. So take a look. And I also have a lot of resources coming out right now. So sign up to my newsletter and you can be the first to know about all the offers that are coming out. All right, take care and I'll catch you later. That's it for today's episode. If you found it valuable, I invite you to leave a review so more people can find this podcast, or simply subscribe to be notified when each new episode drops. Until next time, see you later.